JC, so good to have you back, man.
Good morning. It's fun doing the show by yourself, isn't
it? Wake up, everyone. We have a lot to talk about this morning, but I just had to welcome back JC because, yes, guys, I don't know how he does the show by himself. I did on Friday. Ooh, don't watch that video, guys.
It's fun. You did great. I watched it. after the fact.
But yeah, guys, a lot happened over the weekend, so we're gonna kind of get into it as we do. We got some project announcements we'll do here at the end, but there's a lot going on in the world right now.
First things first, we're gonna start out with first things first. Tap that little thumbs up or thumbs down button. You can hate the show. You can dislike the show. The algo likes any interaction. But thanks for watching live with us, or thanks for watching the replay. Either one. Do the algo stuff for us. Helps us out. We're close to 500 subs. We're close to our minimum watch hours limit. And yeah, every little thing that everybody does helps out the channel. And if you are entertained by our degenerate ramblings, or if you think we're stupid, let us know in the comments.
Love that. A lot of people are definitely leaving. We love reading all the hate comments on the $10,000 XRP prediction and the $150 H-bar prediction. Seriously, guys, keep them coming. We can take it.
I mean, guys, if you're leaving hate comments, please tell me you at least watched the short first. These people are like, H-bar's not going to $150. You didn't even read the title. The title says H-bar $150. Jokes. Like,
it's not a joke, guys. I wasn't kidding. The only joke in that video is the jokes in the title, because H-bar it's probably going to go 200 after we talk about the announcement today. But
that's right.
I'm getting ahead of myself.
Oh my gosh. Yep. Let's kick it off. We do have a lot of news
we'll start
affecting crypto today.
Always do, guys. The bubbles.
You know how we do. Bubbles, my bubbles.
Love it.
I'm glad we don't use a soundboard, because we'd probably get like a copyright ding for doing that.
Guys, I promise we're gonna get the soundboard going. It's gonna happen.
Well, everything's red except for River.
Let the river run. Bam.
We looked at this the other day. What is River again? It's like some type of, I don't remember.
I love that if you guys notice, they're adding AI to a lot of these market apps. Especially Coinbase. It's like, what is happening with price right now? You just click on it, gives you a brief summary of the recent news. I thought it was cool that the exchanges started adding that kind of stuff.
Just coming down here, what is like, yeah. River is first, chain abstraction stable coin system.
Interesting.
That's a lot of fancy techno
Well,
words.
the one word that stands out to me in that is stablecoin, because there's a lot going on with stablecoins right now with the Clarity Act and the pushback from the banks. So it's interesting that that's running. Maybe people are front running the idea that stablecoins are going to be approved and that there's going to be a use for. To me, this seems like kind of just swapping stablecoins across different ecosystems, like maybe RLUSD for USD or something like on different chains, perhaps.
Well, I think this is. I'm going to try and come up with an example, and you guys tell me if this makes sense. It says it's going to allow users to collateralize assets on one chain and mint on another, natively earning, leveraging, and scaling across networks. So, if I think of collateralizing an asset, let's say that I own. Let's say I buy another Bored Ape, okay, and it is an asset, right? And I want to collateralize it. I want to take a loan against it. Well, the Bored Ape NFT project is on Ethereum. But if I wanted to take out a loan on the Solana network and I wanted to take out a loan against my ETH based asset, I could do that and use the Solana based loan to, generate whatever revenue or income or project I want to. Does that track with what I'm reading here, do you think?
No, I think that's exactly it. No, that seems, and it's interesting because I don't think you can really do that with a lot of platforms, especially lending, let alone swapping between ecosystems.
Well,
So
I
I think
wonder if it's just streamlining because in theory, you could take out a USD loan or USDC loan against your Bitcoin. So let's say in which case I could take out a USDC loan against my Ethereum, but I can move that USDC onto Solana chain. Like, is this really necessary?
no, that's a good point. Actually, we'll definitely have to dive into this a little bit more because we have been looking at it for the past couple days, and it does look like it's been going. So
Just a thought.
definitely
Anyway, it has made some moves. It's obviously got some stuff going for it right now. Pippin was
yeah.
up last week, down.
My favorite tweet that I read today was crypto didn't dump because crypto already dumped for no reason.
Yeah,
So guys,
it's already dumped. He
yeah,
can't dump any
realistically, we're
further.
already down. The markets have really followed as well too. I mean, crypto is down. Don't get me wrong; it's down bigly right now.
There you go.
But
There's the big boys. Bitcoin's down 1.6 in the daily.
yeah,
I will say this: yesterday caught me by surprise.
yeah. And
Um,
I want you guys to pay attention to some of the big projects. Go back to the weekly, JC,
oh, sorry.
because this is filled with projects we've been talking about for months. Near is up 40% for the week right now. Obviously, a lot of these projects are down 60 to 80% already for the year, guys. But the point is, these are the projects that are being bought right now. This is where the liquidity is going. And you can see virtual, near, and all of these AI projects, ICP, even a little bit of Filecoin action. But the other thing too, the other projects that are moving are exchanges like Jupiter. Jupiter I use all the time, and it's an awesome exchange on Solana. Uniswap still moving. So again, guys, if you're following these narratives like AI and exchanges and some of the things that we've been talking about for months here,
Ice mentioned Morpho.
yeah, Morpho
Here's the
still
weekly on Morpho.
And again, it's not just because we found these projects. It's just because it's very simple, guys. This is the narrative that is being portrayed right now. Like AI is huge. Exchanges. This is just what we expect and what everyone is expecting and where the money is moving. So thought that was really interesting. River,
Yep.
well, damn.
Interesting. So let's check out the market cap. Down today, 2.29. Fear and Greed is at 20. Last week we were at 18 at this point. This is really fascinating to me that last Thursday, which was the last day I was on, fear and greed was 17, 18. And then we had a freaking war breakout on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and the fear and greed index is higher. It's at 20. Yesterday, the stock markets opened, and everybody was worried. Okay, what's going to happen? Because we know that this whole conflict in Iran took off after markets, and it's kind of funny that Reptar's video on Friday was about the fear of the upcoming conflict, and that night it kicks off. So it's almost like we kind of do pay attention to what's going on, and maybe if you just pay a little bit of attention, which is, I mean, Reptar and I have other stuff to do. We're not monitoring news feeds every day. We're not sitting on X monitoring the situation.
Sometimes.
But we do pay attention, and we can kind of see what might happen. And we talk about what, if this happens, then look out for this. And that's really all we can do. But I was surprised that, we had this conflict kick off Friday night, Saturday, Sunday. We're going to talk about the Strait of Hormuz and oil and why that affects everything. But let me pull this up. Yesterday's. This is the day. Look at this candle for yesterday. What happened? Like, crypto it opened at 65 and went all the way up to 70 yesterday. And the stock market did not get crushed yesterday. What?
And a huge shout out. We'll talk about this earlier. JC totally called the Strait of Hormuz thing. I mean, that is there has been substantial repercussions for what's going on, and we'll show you guys a graphic here in a little bit. But really, guys, all you need to do is pay attention, and it's what's happening in the world right now. It's all very clearly pointing to one thing, which is, I personally think, we're about to see a huge breakout.
Aliens?
I mean, the only two things that I want to see more than $1 million Bitcoin are aliens and what they're hiding at the Smithsonian. So, that's it's going to take a lot to distract me from Bitcoin right now. But we'll talk about the Smithsonian.
Yeah, but it's Fed watch is what it is. No one, it's not going to happen. But we're down today. We're back down to 66. But given what's happening across the traditional markets, and we're going to get into that in just a second, the fact that Bitcoin is not like is interesting.
Totally
It's you can see over the last few weeks this range here, the tops and the bottoms. Like, really, here's the bottom of these two candles here. But, we have a couple of wicks that go down there. But really, that's like right in here. We've been hanging out a lot after these two drops right here. We've been hanging out a lot. 64 to 70, 64 to 70, 64 to 70. And I can't tell you why Bitcoin is not crashing with the rest of the markets today, but
I think it's because it already did. And again, like, people were really gold was exploding. Yeah, I'm glad that you have this up already. Gold was exploding for a while, and as people know, gold and silver are war metals. Okay, so when people are anticipating a war breaking out, they load up on gold and silver. So for the past, like, what is it, JC? Gold is just always.
Well, you can see, if you want to go back here, this is when the very, very left-hand side of the chart is Wednesday, August 20th. That was when gold was down here in the 20. What does that say? The low there of that candle is 3,300.
1,000 around there.
3,300. Call it that. Yeah. So since last August, but if you want to go here, we were at 4,300. That's October of 2025. That interestingly, that's 11 days after the October 10th Bitcoin crash. But yeah, so we've got this. That's an interesting point, Ice. I'm going to put that on the screen.
I like that. I was just reading that. We'll talk about that for sure in a second, because I think that's definitely involved.
So you got gold here in October at 4,300. It runs all the way up to 5,600 drops all the way down 2 days later. These are daily candles, guys.
That is
From
a
56 to 46. This dropped 4,400. This dropped $1,200 in 2 days. Gold.
We've never seen that.
Gold doesn't do that. But we run back up here to 55 and we're dumping again.
And what I really think is going on, I'm gonna cut through all the speculation and everything and tell you guys straight up what I think is going on. They knew this was coming. They loaded up on silver and gold and war metals.
Yeah, I'm flipping back and forth between, this is the gold chart. Look at that pattern. This is the silver chart. Look at that pattern.
Almost identical, guys, because again, they do mostly move together. But the point is they stopped issuing gold coin or silver coins, excuse me.
Yeah, those special edition, silver dollars with all the special designs on them to commemorate whatever, that you can buy a silver dollar for $25. I mean, that's a good deal, right? It's worth $1, but you can pay $25 for it.
And that's the thing. Like they really, I did see Fire Red and Leaf Green got released on the Switch. My son will be playing it today. I appreciate you guys. But no, realistically, I think what they did is they got into these metals knowing it was just going to surge with the speculation of the war. And, now that they have made all this money in precious metals and they know maybe the conflict was a little bit overblown. I don't see it becoming a World War III event, to be honest, guys. And now they just basically took all their money from not only gold and silver, but tech stocks in the stock market. And now they're going to be rotating them into riskier assets, which all for, some weird reason are just all 60 to 70% on sale right now.
Speaking of the markets, this right here was posted at 9:46, so 16 minutes after the markets opened, because the U.S. markets open at 9:30 Eastern. $1 trillion wiped out in 16 minutes. This is NVIDIA, Microsoft, Amazon, Meta, Google, Apple, Tesla. 16 minutes, $1 trillion. What is going on? I have an idea, but let me go back here. Let's see what we got here. Let me refresh this and see if this has changed. So the Dow, you can't see that. Let me switch back to this. The Dow is down 1,100 points, down 2.3%. S&P 500 is down 2.21%. The NASDAQ is down. So the whole markets, all the markets, the big markets are down between 2 and 2.5%. Hey, Wade, good morning.
Which, again, guys, that doesn't sound like a lot, but that's a huge drop in the stock market. And, again, just to reiterate, the entire market cap of crypto is, correct me if I'm wrong, DC, around $2 trillion right now?
2.3, roughly.
Yeah. And that was wiped out in a single day from gold and silver. Much money.
Just this morning.
Like, this is an unprecedented drop in the stock market and gold, and I think it's really just following what was already priced in Bitcoin. And we'll get to Ice's comment here in a second, because I think Bitcoin's price drop and the rest of the crypto market was already priced in, and that's why we're not seeing a heavy drop like we are in traditional markets.
I think it's possible that a lot of the stock market fall was actually based on this conflict, war, whatever, might have also already been baked in. It was kind of a foregone conclusion that this was going to happen. And obviously it's still going down because of, breaking news. But I think generally the big boys knew this was coming.
Of course they did. And, look at what happened with Jane Street and, everything. We talked about this. JC completely called this on the show a couple days ago. We were talking about who is Jane Street. And then the next day they were, being indicted for
the lawsuit was filed in federal court.
It's insane. Like, if you think that these people are not behind the scenes pulling strings, you're really not paying attention, because it's, I saw this clip of Nancy Pelosi being called out for straight up insider trading. If you follow the Pelosi tracker, You're doing well.
So we're going to talk about this statement right here. When liquidity disappears, everything gets sold, gold and silver included. Um, Gold and silver are being dumped like pure ass. By the way, this is Crypto Ferengi. So thanks, Crypto Ferengi. We're stealing your stuff.
Woo.
So this is his thesis here, and I want to talk about it a little more. Um, just so look, not yesterday, but today, markets are declining. Um, Korea, South Korea, Japan, Egypt, Turkey, Saudi Arabia, Germany, India, UK, UAE, Kuwait are both suspended. Um, you can see London is the UK exchange is down 2.6%. We're obviously down 2.4%. Um, just like economies are taking a hit, and why are they taking a hit? Why are people selling stocks, bonds, gold, silver? Because if we hit a long drawn out period where oil is decreased by 20 to 30%, 20 to 30% of the world's oil has to flow through the Strait of Hormuz, which passes right by the border of Iran. They've got missiles, and they were trying to blockade it with their navy, which is apparently now mostly at the bottom of the Gulf of Oman. But they still have rockets and stuff. And the reason oil tankers aren't moving through, even though Iran is losing in this conflict, is oil tankers can't move without insurance. So that if something happens to and even in a normal day, like you have an oil tanker that's picking up oil in Saudi Arabia, and that oil tanker needs to go through, pick it up, come back through, and whatever, and drive and float to I don't know, Germany. Who cares? Whatever, pick a place. That single trip has to be insured by someone, and the insurance brokers are like, nah, we're not. Risk is too high. We're like, what do insurance companies want? They want you to pay them and for them to never have to pay out.
It's the perfect scam.
Is there a drastically increased likelihood that a particular ship might not make it right now? And so they're like, yeah, no, we're just not going to insure that. There's too much of a probability that we might actually have to pay out. So, nah, we're not going to do that.
And Mr. Mark, that's a perfect question. Iran doesn't have a navy to protect it, but people are still scared, and you can see like
they still have rockets.
It's not closed. They didn't say no one can go through it, but you can still see the result of just the fear of what if they fire a rocket at one of these tankers, and the insurance company, like, that's a great,
because that single tanker is going to cost that insurance company how much money?
And think about the like the BP oil spill and how much money that costs to clean up. It could be a catastrophic event if we saw oil tankers being shot down.
Yeah, and China's like, hey, Iran, could you knock it off? We need oil too.
But this graphic, guys, kind of shows. Yeah, this is interesting. Whew. 7 insurance companies,
mostly in London. Imagine that. Now, that's part of it. Okay, that is part of it. Insurance companies are like, I'm not going to insure this boat because the odds of it getting destroyed are outside of my margin, and I don't want to pay. So this is why. Okay. It's not closed, obviously, because all of their boats that would do that are not above the water anymore. but the risk is still higher than insurance companies are willing to risk to insure these. And these boats are like, or these companies, I guess it would be a company that would charter the boat to bring the oil. Like, they can't afford to eat that loss either. But what happens is 20 to 30% of oil doesn't get out. Well, if there's the same demand for oil per day, but there's 20% less oil coming out per day, what would that do to price? Again, Econ 101, Econ 102. I passed those. Demand and supply are here. If supply goes down and demand stays here, price has to go up. What happens if the price of oil goes up? Oh, I'm glad you asked. Let me find my handy dandy little chart here. Where'd it go? Do I have it? Did I keep it? I may not have kept it. Dang it! I had a good chart explaining how oil prices affect the price of everything.
And JC brought this up before on the show, guys. I do want to check out the little graphic because it shows you how much how drastically traffic has reduced. But the thing is, JC brought this up in another video. If the price of oil goes up, it makes the price of everything go up because you have to ship everything with oil. Oil lets you move things around. It's like gas, like Ethereum. So if
it's price, literally gas.
It's literally gas. But yeah, so obviously, guys,
you can see this is the traffic moving through right now. This section right here is Iran. Okay, this is a little area right here, but this section of the map, the white part is the water, the gray part is land. This is Iran. They have rockets here. Okay, they can still shoot at stuff.
And look
but
how
you can see this is the daily traffic normally, and now it's slowed down to nothing.
It's wild. People are scared, and obviously, guys, as the price of oil continues to move, the price of everything else is going to become more expensive.
So what do we call it when the price of goods goes up dramatically? Inflation. And what does the Fed do when we have runaway inflation? They raise rates.
And you know what else they do? Make inflation worse by printing $8 billion. But we'll talk about that.
$8 billion was released today of the expected $16 billion for this week.
You know what?
They're printing money. Prices are going up. Yeah. Printing money. Prices are going up. The only tool they have to fight inflation is interest rates. Interest rates go back up. Why are people selling their assets? Why are people selling? Because they believe price is going to continue to go down for the stocks, gold, silver, all of these assets. They believe price is going to go down and they need cash on hand. Because if interest rates go up, traditionally, money supply goes down. Now, what may be different here is I don't know what happens if money printer go burr and interest rates go up. That doesn't sound good.
It's an interesting place that we're in right now, and I really do think. Yeah, I'm glad that you guys noticed the ringtone immediately from the first couple things. That is my ringtone. But yeah, guys, this is another thing that was interesting to me. We can go over that in a second, but some positive news.
Yeah, some good news. The Clarity Act is very close. I mean, this is from Altcoin Daily, who's a trusted source.
No, I watch a lot of his content, and honestly, guys, I'm seeing more and more come out about the Clarity Act. I think it's it's a matter of bureaucracy right now. They're just, changing wordages and trying to make things a little bit more to their
Charles
benefit.
Hoskinson hates it, but whatever.
I'm sure he does. Cardano's not replacing the United States banking infrastructure.
I don't know what Cardano's doing anymore.
Anyway, so yeah, guys. I mean, honestly, this is going to be bullish for crypto when it comes out. Everything's on sale right now as far as crypto, and we're seeing a lot of other assets crashing. So I think a lot of money is going to start flooding into riskier things. Or as JC said, people are just going to keep cash on hand. But I just don't see how that would be the solution, just because I feel like inflation is going to continue to get bad. So
it could. I mean, if this thing in Iran is 4 to 6 weeks, and if oil starts flowing back through the Strait of Hormuz in the next couple of weeks, because it really is secure enough for insurance companies to be like, okay, let's get things going again. Then this could be very short lived, and that might be why people they're like, you know what, this is going to be a short little opportunity for me to even accumulate more. Maybe, I don't know. I'm just speculating here. If then, and maybe I know what I'm talking about, maybe I don't. I'm making stuff.
You guys want to see Charles Hoskinson freak out? Should we play that? All right, let's do it. He looks pissed. All right, let's see. I'll mute so we can get it.
Yeah, hang on just a second, because I have to switch to audio on. All right, let me mute myself and we'll listen to Charles.
Security by default. And because it looks like XRP might get a pass and be one of the grandfathered in, including Cardano, in this whole process, I guess we just have to pass a horrific trash bill that makes everything a security by default, and it creates attack vectors through bureaucratic nonsense for the SEC to destroy all future American cryptocurrency projects. And also, there's nothing in this for DeFi. Nothing. Uniswap doesn't get anything. Prediction markets don't get anything. Armstrong can't even get his yield-bearing stablecoins. This is not a good bill.
I don't necessarily disagree.
I really, they've gone back to all of crypto is going to be a security and not a commodity, because last I heard, the most crypto assets, not ETFs, but the crypto assets themselves were going to be considered commodities, not securities. So
and I thought they
were
no longer governed by the Security Exchange Commission. So that'll be interesting how it all plays out. But especially considering his project is one of the ones that are going to be grandfathered in, so it's an interesting take for sure. But
yeah, a couple more things here. By the way, did you guys see that? Freaking SEC guy, Gary Gensler apologized to Brad Garlinghouse. I was like, hey, I'm sorry. You guys are right. You're doing a great job. I would have had 2 words for him.
Get fucked.
Yeah. But this is what we just talked about. The Fed just pumped $9 billion into the economy via overnight repos. Along with that, the Fed will pump another $8 billion into the economy today. So this was this morning. So actually, that's $17 billion between yesterday and today. Guys, if you're worried about inflation, why are you pumping billions of dollars a week? Why are you printing money?
How is this helping? Honestly, this is what this is great for crypto. Don't get me wrong. Awesome. Keep burning away, guys. But how is this helping inflation when it's already so bad? It's just they're playing a game behind the scenes, guys. This doesn't make sense.
Yeah, something doesn't make sense, which usually means the people doing this know things we don't know, and so they're making decisions with information that 6 months from now would, right now is a conspiracy theory, and 6 months from now will be true.
Kind of like Jane Street.
Right. So let's see. This is from somebody documenting Sailor. Bitcoin's current price action is almost perfectly mirroring the late stage bull run and early bear market from last cycle. That is worth pointing out. And by the way, if you missed, Crypto Jeb has been calling this for 6 months, this exact pattern. So just saying, I'm not necessarily disagreeing with this.
Yeah, I really think, we're going to see a lot of like little stagnation for a while, maybe a couple months. And then really, we're already in a bear market right now. I mean, like it or not, we have corrected 2 levels of a bear market. So,
yep.
I do think obviously it's going to come back. But by this chart, I mean, we're really just
he literally just copied. He drew the pattern from the last bull cycle right here, and he just transposed it.
And honestly, this is a pattern, guys. Bitcoin's always been a pattern. So I really do believe that after all of this, the dust settles and after people start positioning back into these assets and we see a period of accumulation, things are really going to get exciting again.
Yep. And there's a few TA guys like Crypto Jeb and others that are saying, look, if this really does, he talks about this pattern here, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we go back up from the top. He's not counting these first section here, but 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, and then sideways and then up. But he's saying if that plays out, you're looking at somewhere between upper 40s to upper 50s as a bottom.
Yeah. So we will drop a little bit more, but then we will consolidate sideways as we have in the past. And then we should really see some explosive price action again as we move into the next bull cycle. So I think right now is a time that you really want to be positioning in strong projects. It has never been a better time, in my opinion, to buy some of these altcoins, some of these AI projects, some of these exchanges that are being ignored by this bill, some of the DeFi exchanges, huge projects that we've been following for a while, like Hedera, that are just still being completely ignored even after making major partnerships. Yeah. You know what? There's never been a better time to round trip the bags, guys. That is damn.
Oh gosh!
I said I wasn't going to round trip this time. Well, we round tripped it, and I'm happy about it.
Let's just point out on this chart right here, you've got a whole lot more time to accumulate than you do to sell the top. You got a whole lot more time to accumulate at the bottom than you do to sell the top.
Yeah, and we're in a good place right now, guys. I mean, if you are looking to accumulate and get into some new projects, it's definitely a good time. I love this Michael Saylor, always bringing the hope.
The perpetual hopium dealer, but he is right. Bitcoin has always come back. We talked about this, I think, last week. Bitcoin is the only asset in the history of us recording assets via chart that has lost more than 70% of its value 4 times and always came back to make new all-time highs. It's the only asset ever in the history of assets to have lost 70% of its value 4 times and come back to make new all-time highs. And not just a little bit, not like, oh, it went from $1 to $1.07 and then it dropped 70% and it went to $1.10. No, it's freaking at least doubled.
17,000% from $1, something crazy like that. Yeah, no, it's a good time to be in the markets. Obviously, if you bought at 120,000, you're not having a good time right now. But I do expect us to we're going to see $1 million Bitcoin, guys. It's going to happen one day.
Our kids will anyway.
Clip this and come back to it.
Yeah, so now that we've pumped you full of hopium, here's some crap to be worried about. JP Morgan says banks need to get ready for an Iran cyber attack on banks in America. Great.
If only we had some quantum computing resistant blockchain that was impervious to
If only there were a distributed ledger technology type thing where it doesn't matter if you take down 1 node or 10 nodes, the ledger persists. Gee, oh wait, that does exist.
Mr. Morgan needs to be educated.
And let's talk about this. Let's go. We missed this because it came out like over the weekend, and so we weren't here yesterday. Guess what? H-bar, you don't have enough. H-bar to $150. Not joking. Not joking.
200. Bullish on H-bar.
H-bar to 10,000.
Guys, we've talked about all the incredible companies that H-bar has been partnered with. FedEx was just added as one of its new ones. I know it doesn't seem like a big deal. FedEx moves billions of dollars across the country. They're one of the biggest shippers, obviously. Supply chain is a huge narrative we've talked about a lot. H-bar is helping with fixing some of the supply chain issues. If you guys have ever ordered a package, you know exactly what I'm talking about. More and more countries, more and more giant companies and Fortune 50 and 500 companies are choosing H-bar. There is a reason for this, guys. I actually did as well, Mr. Gray. I added more H-bar to my bags around like 8 or 9 cents when we saw that little bit of a price action. It has never been a better time to get into H-bar right now. I am so bullish on it still. I think $1 is guaranteed at this point. But
I need this one because you can't see. There we go.
All of these companies, guys, like the only other governing council that gets me this excited is Render. But yes, Mr. Mark, Coinbase screwed us. I showed JC for the screen.
Yeah, that's
unlocking today. We got
Reptar has been trying to deposit. Like Reptar deposited the payouts for those tickets.
On the 21st.
2 weeks ago.
On the 21st. It's still pending. Today is the day that it unlocks. I'm like, I've never waited this long for Coinbase.
Coinbase has been stupid.
Yeah. No, don't know what's going on. But we'll have it figured out today. Thank you for reminding me, guys.
But yeah, FedEx. Let me close this down so you can see why we brought this up. FedEx is going to be putting operations in 220 countries on H-bar. They're going to be using the Hedera hash graph to manage their business.
They're a multi-billion-dollar industry in company. Yeah, I don't even know how much is FedEx worth. I mean, it's got to be massive. It's a Fortune 50 company, guys. It's the top 50 in the world, so it's a big one. $88 billion company choosing Hedera. Yeah, this is just another massive partnership. I mean, obviously, we have big ones I talk about all the time, like Boeing. We have like private contractor for the military, which I'm sure they're going to be needing them pretty soon. Managing NASA data from satellites, World Health data from the World Health Organization. I mean, I could just keep going on and on about Hedera. It is one of our favorite projects for a reason, guys. We talk about it a lot on the channel for a reason. Hedera is seriously undervalued right now.
Guys, this is like let's look up here. Aiming to improve transparency and reduce friction in logistics. What does reduce friction in logistics actually mean? Make it cheaper, easier, faster.
And which does what?
That's right. It increases their profitability. Why would a company partner with Hedera? It increases their profitability. Like, that's why people do things as a company.
And as a company makes more money, generally the consumer then gets better services and cheaper prices. So
generally,
it ends up working out for everyone. Usually.
But yes, so you can see here the strategic focus, the collaboration focuses on leveraging Hedera's high-speed, secure, and energy-efficient network to create a verifiable source of truth. That's their ledger. That's so, like, 2017 is the first time I heard about Bitcoin and blockchain. And even though Bitcoin was the big narrative, I looked at that and saw blockchain and thought a computer program that acts as a logbook for every transaction on that network. And it can't be hacked, and it can't be duplicated, and it can't be manipulated, provided the chain is written correctly. Obviously, you could create a chain where you could do whatever you wanted to, but being a verifiable source of truth with every transaction recorded and verifiable through multiple sources. Like it can't be like, oh, well, this one account has a different, this one node has a different account balance than everything else. Well, that one is obviously wrong and being manipulated, kick it out. A verifiable source of truth for your logistics. What does that mean for FedEx? Well, they're shipping packages, they're receiving goods, they're taking money, they're paying oil, they're buying gas. They're like every single transaction they make is recorded and transferable instantly and easy and like infinitely trackable. And then we've got AI coming in where you just have to type into your AI, give me a summary of every expense that is tracked on my HBAR chain for fuel costs in the last 18 months. And AI goes, bing, and it's done in 15 seconds instead of 15 months.
It's huge. It's a huge advantage. There's a reason that this technology, specifically, as JC said, blockchain, technically Hedera is Hashgraph. We know for you maxis in there. But it's the solution. The problem it's solving is such a massive problem. And not only is it a massive problem, but it's going to save billions of dollars. And that is why these companies are interested in projects like HBAR, because they see the benefit in the technology. And when I see multi-billion-dollar companies seeing the value in something and buying it, and not only buying it, but partnering with it to be involved in its development, it's a huge green flag for me. So HBAR, $200.
Just looking to see if there's any other breaking news. I'm not sure if that's verifiable, but Barron Trump buys 1.7 million XRP, 1.07 million XRP.
I did see that, but I'm not
worth 15.3 million. No. XRP is not $2. So if you bought 1.07 million XRP, that would cost you $2 million, not $15.3 million. So I'm going to say
leave a comment.
That's dumb. Like whoever this guy is, that's dumb. That makes no sense. Is there anything else?
Well, we will be reporting on anything that we find that happens within the next 12 hours to you guys tomorrow. Just a quick shout out. We do have game night tomorrow, guys. Yeah. We've done this event for the past 4 years. We've given away over $250,000 to our community members. I will get the prizes out to you guys today. And it's a fun event, guys. We play some games. We talk a little bit, kind of like we did today. It's a little bit more degenerate, but it's a fun time. Play some games, win some crypto prizes, and learn more about the project. We'll keep all the socials and stuff in the bottom somewhere down there. Hit all the buttons. Leave us a hate comment, guys. We are so close to getting where we need to be for metrics. That way we can start monetizing and using some of the revenue to give back to you guys, the viewers, and everybody that's helped us kind of get this channel up and running. So we appreciate every single one of you guys that are watching. And JC's making some faces again. He's either reading comments or
I just looking to see if there's any kind of anything we haven't talked about that's just popping up on the news here, and I'm not really seeing anything. So we'll keep an eye on stuff like Reptar said, and we'll talk about anything that happens between now and the morning.
Get in the
Really,
Discord.
yeah, that's true. Get in the Discord. But really, all us little lowly peons can do is sit and watch and wait, and nobody here is going to be calling up old Donnie and being like, "Hey, boss, I think you should do this and that." Like, yeah, like all we can do is we are just barnacles along for the ride, and not just in crypto, in life.
Well, we're gonna ride the waves and follow the whales as they do. So
That's right.
Let's get it.
Thanks for being here. We will see you in the Discord. We will see you in the morning. And yeah, hopefully tomorrow H bar will be $10,000.
Let's go,
dude.
I'm trying to do the math on that, and
I'm like, what would my bag be worth if H bar went to $10,000?
I'd throw up.
More than all the money in the world, probably.
Yeah,
I have a lot of H bar, but I don't have enough.
Get more H bar, guys. You never have enough H bar.
Not financial advice, but get more H bar. All right. See y'all tomorrow.
Choppy, take us away.
Uh-oh.